how do you feel about the future? Are you optimistic about the future?
About my future, I think if I survived 18 years in prison, 11 and a half years in total isolation, and come out and succeed to protect my mind and my health, then the future now is a little bit easier, and I leave Israel much more good in the future. About the situation in the Middle East, that is not very happy. I'm not so encouraged by what is going here. In the opposite, the situation is become very, very bad, especially the last 3-4 years with Israel building the wall and a lot of settlement and very, very aggressive policy against the Palestinians, bombarding, killing, assassinating, destroying, demolishing houses, and building the wall. All these things is not giving us a lot of hope, but we, the people, have hope in the human spirit. So no matter what the Jews doing to the Palestinians, they are still human beings, they have the human spirit, and they will exist and wait until their time will come. So what Israel is gaining now is only time. And that's what Israel is doing, to gain more years, to delay any peace, any real solution. But in the future, the Palestinians will receive the right because they are human beings like every human being, and they have the right to have their own state, their own total freedom, end of occupation, end of refugee camps.
What do you say to someone who has a similar situation where they know something is wrong but they're afraid to speak? What would you say to this person?
My case now in all the world as the whistleblower. It means to come out from inside and to report to the world. That is what my case about. I wrote a poem called I'm Your Spy. Anyone can find this poem in the website of United States, free VANUNU'S. You can read this poem, I'm Your Spy. I'm the spy of the people. So my message to the world is, everyone should be the people's spy. I mean, if the government are not reporting the truth, if the media are not doing its work, so anyone who is working such secret place, any nuclear scientists, many who are working in some factory, and he saw some danger, some important information to the people, he should follow his conscience and come and report. That's what Dan Ellsberg did with Pentagon paper about Vietnam. That's what happened also, a man working with the tobacco company report about the tobacco cheating, lying, and another people, a woman from Enron, woman from the FBI report about her message before September 11. So I think my case is a good example to many, and that will be following the future, especially now by the internet, that everyone had access to internet and can report to everyone, even without the media. That is the power of the internet, and that is the power of the people reporting to the people. So we have now freedom of information by the people, for the people.
Yeah. I understand that you're a Christian. Now, do you think that that had anything to do with it at all, or is it just a by-the-way fact?
I think it has something to do with all my life story, because without this Christian faith or without the ability to cross the border from Judaism to Christianity, you cannot do such act. I also, because I became a Christian, I was allowing myself to criticize Israel policy, to criticize Israel nuclear weapons policy, to have the courage to do it. So to have such act, to do that act that I did, you need to have this power to also to cross the border from the old faith Judaism and to accept Christianity. Also, my Christianity let me see the truth about the Israel policy toward the Palestinians, about the truth behind Israelis Jewish coming from all over the world to the Palestinian land, taking it, expelling the Palestinians. Then you can criticize all this, and you see behind all this policy the atomic bomb. So my Christianity was very significant, and also a sign that I'm a true going in my way, and that is also the truth that no one did such act before me. Thousands of people work in this place for 30 years, but to do such act only if you are able also to become a Christian. Another point about Christianity is that the Christian faith is about peace and non-violence. The way of Jesus Christ, to love your enemy, to do for peace, and to trust non-aggressive policy, to seek real peace, and to accept all the human race as equal. So only by such faith as Christianity you can also do that act of revealing nuclear secrets.
Finally, you mentioned to me that you have a message you'd like me to carry to the American people. Tell me what the message is.
My message is in many, many levels. First of all, to the US people is to know that time come for them to start to see the truth and the reality of the Middle East, and to see that Israel is not a real democracy. Israel is a Jewish state by the Jewish for the Jewish. If you are a Jewish, you have all the right. If you are not a Jewish, if you are a Muslim or Palestinian or Christian like me, you are not receiving equal right. So for the Americans who are believing in democracy, they should recognize, stop this cheating by Israel. They declare themselves the only democracy in the Middle East. It's not true. It's not, Israel is not a real democracy. In my case, it's the proof. Because I became a Christian, I suffered 18 years in total isolation in prison. Because I'm a Christian, be sentenced as a spy and traitor and received very hard life, and now still under their power and suffering. Other messages about the nuclear weapons: the United States should recognize and accept that the only state in the Middle East to have nuclear weapons is Israel, not Iran, not Iraq. If George Bush looking for atomic bomb, it is here in Israel, not in Iraq, in Iran. And this cheating by United States should stop. They know the truth, and they should say it very clear and loud, because all the world know the truth. From China to India to South Africa to Brazil to Russia, everyone knows that Israel is the only state who have atomic bomb. So United States, if they really want to be respected as fighting atomic bomb, they should know that Israel is the only state who have atomic bomb. And they should start with Israel. They should also start with Israel because Israel introduced to the world this system of cheating and lying. To produce atomic bomb in secret and at the same time lying, cheating. We should also understand that this nuclear cooperation in secret by United States and Israel caused a lot of damage to the United States and almost bring the Third World War with nuclear weapons. Other point about Israel nuclear weapons: United States citizen people should know that Israel using this atomic bomb as a political power. By the atomic bomb, they are allowing themselves not to make peace, to keep the occupation, to build the wall, because they feel very, very powerful. So even without using the atomic bomb, they are using them in politics, imposing on everyone their political solution without any negotiation or a real, fair, justice solution. So all these things make it very clear that the United States Senate and Congress in Washington should deal with Israel nuclear weapons, take from them the atomic bomb. That is the only way for real peace. If Israel will not have atomic bomb, then they should realize they cannot trust the power and trust peace, negotiation, and equal right to all the people. So I'm expecting from you, every U.S. citizen, write to your senator, to your congressman, to deal with Israel nuclear weapons, and that is the way to open the way for real justice, real peace, and the end of the conflict of the Middle East. Because the United States suffered a lot from this Middle East conflict and damaged its image in all over the world by this blindly supporting Israel. So my message, the way for peace is abolish nuclear weapons in Israel and see the truth that Israel is not a real democracy because they are not respecting all the human people as equal.